Alrighty, kids, welcome back. I just tried to do World War II gun game on, what's it? Setsubo no Shima. And then my breaker tripped and I lost power and the video got corrupted. So that's a lost video that will never see the light of day, which is just lovely. But that's alright, you know? I got like an hour in and I was still only halfway through the Pack-a-Punch list. Nowhere near as many guns as in the Modern Warfare 3 pack I got here that I'm rocking today. Oh, look at that Pap camo on the 5.7 from before Skin Dice. But, yeah, the World War II one is particularly difficult because it's a lot of guns. It might be the biggest one that IHAS Rabies has actually made. Because that was back when IHAS Rabies was still putting in all the DLC weapons that would come out in the game. So it wound up being 144 weapons in total in the gun game if you played. If you played the way I play, which is you have to go through both the regular weapons and the Pack-a-Punch variant immediately after. Because I like seeing what all the goofy Pack-a-Punch variants can do. But, yeah, got like an hour in. I was only halfway through. Lost the video. Probably for the best. I was talking a lot, but I probably would have had to edit out a lot of the conversation I was having. But that's okay. Nice. But, what was I saying? Oh. So it's got a metric butt ton of weapons in that particular mod in and of itself, number one. And number two, a lot of those weapons are actually garbage. You have like 12 SMGs, and a lot of them are super duper weak sauce. And what's worse, you have a lot of bolt action snipers, which are straight garbage. Like, oh man, ridiculously bad, especially when they show up late in the game. If you're playing timed gameplay. Man, I haven't played Shadows of Evil in so long. I don't really remember what I'm doing here. I'm kind of just gun game mode. I'm kind of just killing everything. But let's see if I can get how I could turn the power on, if anything. Oh, the beast mode actually works. Interesting. Because I tried doing a Black Ops 4 gun game on what's it? On that new Mob of the Dead remaster that showed up. I'm blanking out on the fantastic content creator that actually made the map. Oh, I forgot you don't down when you expire that. That's good, because I could not find my body. My, okay, my power-up icon blacked out, but whatever. Oh. 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 Ooh, 5.7 akimbo. I don't remember this being in the mod. I seriously don't remember this being in the game. Well, I mean in the particular weapons mod. But oh, dang it. Yeah, that makes sense. The one thing that particularly sucked was that I got all the way to round 32 and I couldn't even get Juggernog. Because, ooh, just straight full auto gas and brown tower. Okay. Ah, the G18, baby. Oh. Balls, Zach. Balls, Zach. Balls into Zach. What was that? Yeah, I think that was a perk. Oh man, I love the oh fuck. I love the echo of shooting a gun in these alleyways. It really sounds loud and beefy. You know what, Margot? I ain't scared of you. I'm invincible. These weapons are goat. Open wide and say ha. Look at me. Come suck my juicy Glocks. Oh, did I piss you off? Good. Alright. Oh. I would love to see a mod that lets you pin certain enemies in the game against each other. I've seen a couple mods like that for some of the OG Doom games, and like you could just like host a gladiator match and watch two specific enemies in the game go up against each other, and just see which one is more powerful. So you could see stuff like imps going up against pinkies, or you could see something really cool like one of the much larger enemies. Like you could watch the Cyber Demon go up against the Spider Mastermind, for example, and it's really cool to see just from a stat perspective. You actually watch them fight each other, and you know, one of them will eventually kill the other. It's really fun to watch. Yeah, great. I want a mod like that for zombies so I can see what kind of bosses could fight each other and who would win. Like, yeah, we could, you know, just measure it statistically, look at numbers on a page, but no. I want to see a Margwa get into a slapping contest with a Panzer or something. Or watch, like, the Corrupted Keeper boss fight from Der Eisendrache fight the Dragon boss from Gorod Krovi. That would be sick. Wow. Round... Oh, it's because I don't have double tap. I have Vigor Rush, and it's not doing as much as I thought it would. Okay. I don't have the fumigator thing on the bobber. That's alright. I don't need it. Will you die, please? Holy... Stop changing your mouth. Mouths. What? I don't know. Because, yeah, I would have copped Jug, and double tap was this way, and I ran away. So... Oh, wait, no. Speed Colt is this way. There we go. I mean, I'll need Speed Cola anyway, so I'll go ahead and schmack-a-lack it. Do you mind, Hobag? What button does what? Oh, crap. Here we go. Oh, my goodness. I'm getting so backwards. Well, I'm not really going to bother with much else, because I don't need to open the Pack-a-Punch, and I certainly can't do the Easter egg. Butthole. Yes, I did turn into an octopus monster. Hello? I thought the park was... It's over here. It's a silly. Time to open a door I never opened. What the... That did not work? Why? Alright, now you're pissing me off. Hit me! Hit me! Oh, that didn't work. He has mouth closed. Oh. Yep, this works. That's better. Much better. I'd like some Speed Cola, please. Thank you. I don't know what I did wrong. What the hell? Okay. Spray and pray, boys. Spray and pray. Oh, yeah. You'll love to see it. I'm going to go snag me some double tap, round out the gang. Which is this way. Okie dokie. I forget sometimes just how good Black Ops 3 can look. Specifically Shadows of Evil. Where's the perk again? Okay, I remember what I'm doing now. Where's the... There you are. For old time's sake. Old habits. Whoop, wrong button. You go up there. Open the door. Turn on the perk. Whoa, I do not remember it making the old World at War power on sound in this map. What the? Oh, wow. Oh, the meatballs. Okay. Turn. Alright. Whatever. Finally got the timing right on that one. I feel that was fast. Oh, yeah. Look at that. That's why I love these gun game mods, because they just get so OP with when you get all squawked out with the perks. Ow. Of course, when I'm not getting bullied by meatballs and everything. Oof. That was a spicy meatball. Ow. Thank you. Alright. Yeah, might as well go turn on stamina up. I don't really... You know, yes, I think I will... I don't want to spend the entire video in the same area of the map, but I think I'm going to try to do a good portion of my training down below. And what the hell? I'll get this stuff for the heck of it. You know, I'll do this. I don't know. I don't remember how this works. Oh yeah, the summoning key. I'll grab that at least. Oh, I got it last second. Let's go. Very nice. Give me some stamina up. I never buy stamina up on this map. Whatever. Damn it. Oh, that's right. It keeps the AAT on here. That's cool. Where's the piece? There we go. Little fountain pen. Whoa. This, for a 45 caliber handgun, this thing is doo-doo. Why is it taking me so long to get off the friggin' pistols? Holy cow. Fortunately, I'm already sub 100 weapons left in the mod. By now, I'd still have like about 130 of them left. I still need to pick up a summoning key. Not really. I want to. Just for... Oh, okay. Ah, cool. Oh, that's much more like it. Ah, stop fooling around. Ooh, that was close. Shepard says hi. Wrong game, right gun. Always loved how the Magnum sounded in the Modern Warfare games. Ooh, money. Money. We've got to have money. If you know what that's from, you an OG, and I like you. Perk, another invisible one. Milk and cookies. Goated fucking combo, milk and cookies. If you are a based and red pills milk and cookies enjoyer, one, let me know down in the comments below, and two, tell me, what the fuck? Why do I have this again? Okay. Weird. Number two, tell me your favorite milk and cookies combo. Do you like classic chocolate chip cookies and white milk? Do you like, I don't know, ginger snaps in chocolate milk? I don't know. However you milk and cookie, that's what I do want to know. Let me know down in the comments below. While I prefer to drink chocolate milk, when I'm rocking some milk and cookies, I gotta go white milk. I don't know what it is. I like for the cookies to get nice and soggy in the milk, and there's something about chocolate milk that it takes way, way longer for a cookie to sog up on me in chocolate milk. So I don't know why. So, the P99. I think this was literally the only game that this pistol ever showed up in. Gurgles. But personally, for milk and cookies, I'm tied between either Chips Ahoy or plain Oreos in white milk. I know those are kind of white bread combos as far as milk and cookies go, but it's the OGs, you know. You can't beat a classic. And normally I'm not a very vanilla kind of guy when it comes to my desserts, but it's like the right mix of, I don't even know what, it's just Oreos that have been all soggied up in regular whole white milk. Best thing frickin' ever. Ooh, okay. Oh, this is a damn. Another invisible perk. Okay. Ooh, I got PhD. I'm getting all the invisible perks here. That's cool. Free. Pack a punch. Shotgun revolver. Dirty Dan. Not to be confused with his brother Steely. Again, if you get that, you an OG. You cool. I like yous. We're going back, Jack. Do it again. You know what I'm saying. Detour to diner. That a transit reference? What the hell are you doing up there? Choink. Rose Cafe. Escape from the Tomb. Was that supposed to be a map that got turned into something else? I don't know. November 6th. I'm pretty sure that's the Smith Play's birthday. The only reason I remember that is I, for some reason, remember him pointing that out when Shadows of Evil first dropped way back in 2015. What a fucking old memory that is, I tell ya. What a classic. I remember staying up way too late on a school night watching Lex's stream of the map when it first came out. Like, I'd say the release of Black Ops 3 was the second biggest thing to ever happen for COD Zombies. Second only to the release of Zombies Chronicles for Black Ops 3. Now that I got double tap and bigger rush and speed and all that rocking. Now I am a killing machine. You went, yeah. Oh. No time for a sip of the beverage. Oh, yeah. You couldn't do this in the original Modern Warfare 3. They made sure not to repeat their accidental OP mistake from the second game. Oh yeah, debut of the KSG. I want one of these so bad. I just can't bring myself to justify the purchase. It's really not all that expensive. I could afford one no problem, thankfully. It's just that I already have, you know, a pump action 12 gauge shotgun, so it's like, what do I need another one for? Even though that one's got a much higher capacity, but I want it not necessarily for the tactical use. I don't really need it for, you know, home defense sake. I just want it for, oh, that's an interesting name. I just want it for what it is, because I loved this thing back in Black Ops 2. I wasn't the best with it. I really didn't do a ton of multiplayer, but what little bit I did, I was able to put in some work with them slugs. And those KSG rocking the slugs in Black Ops 2, that took skill. I was developing that skill, and when you got your shots, it was so satisfying to use. You get those one-shot kills with a slug. The sound, the way the guy would fly back from getting hit by a nickel. What? Getting hit by a round that's basically a roll of quarters. Oh, man. Oh, that's right. This one's pump action. I don't know who Toast is or why he needs a wank stick, but I feel dirty holding this. That's just some dirty damage. Oh, yeah, here we go. Hello. I was so thrilled when Black Ops 3 finally started getting shotguns right in Call of Duty. At least in zombies. Because there has literally never been a good shotgun in COD Zombies before Black Ops 3 came out. They were okay in World at War, absolutely terrible in Black Ops 1. There were a couple that were okay in Black Ops 2, and that's only because they had Double Tap 2.0. And the KSG was pretty good. You know, the Mist Maker. Creating the mist effect, you gotta give it kudos to that. Became standard issue in Black Ops 3. But Black Ops 3 finally giving a viable, not just viable, but incredible shotguns to use in zombies was massive. Unprecedented, dare I say. And frankly, aside from Black Ops 2, the shotguns in the Black Ops series, up until that point, weren't even viable in multiplayer. Like, if you knew what you were doing with, say, the stakeout from Black Ops 1, you could put in some work, but it was still more difficult than using something like the FAMAS. And Black Ops 2, the Remington, there were people that could use the Remington really well. There were people that could not get the thing to work. The KSG, obviously, while it required skill, was a total sleeper gun that could absolutely destroy if you knew what you were doing with it and you kitted it out correctly. And that was about it. S12, go. It was a... Oh, shoot. The S12 was really just a prototype Brecci that was nowhere near as good. The M1216 was kind of like a prototype Haymaker, which, again, not as good. Ooh, perk. Widows, that's actually useless in this map, or this mode, but whatever, cool. So, really, aside from the KSG, it wasn't until Black Ops 3 that we got good shotguns in either multiplayer or the zombies for a Black Ops title, which was huge. And goodness gracious, did they deliver. Svedka. Don't... If you are a fan of... If you drink, don't buy Svedka, honestly. I don't care that the flavors sound good. Yeah, a lot of them sound good. But are they good? No. There is no such thing as good vodka at all. But vodka is one of those spirits that it just... You're almost never going to find anything good unless you know exactly what you're looking for, and those are very much diamonds in the rough of the spirit world, honestly. I mean, 90% of the vodka brands that I've tried, even the ones that sound like really good flavors, taste like you're drinking paint thinner or nail polish. It's just gross. It's like the only good way to have any kind of vodka that isn't like Deep Eddy Lemon. Deep Eddy Lemon's actually alright, but even then I still need to mix it with Sprite. And I will say Deep Eddy Lemon and Sprite, I can knock those back all night. Yeah, I can get silly on those. But it's also so acidic that I need to drink a lot of water or milk or something stave off the eventual acid reflux issues that gives me. That being said, 90% of the time, if you're drinking like vodka or something, you need it mixed with like 10 other things. At least one of those being another spirit that's a lot more flavor forward. Like, not gin though. Gin is basically juniper flavored vodka, and it's more flavorful. I grant it that, but I'm just not a gin guy for the same reason I'm not a vodka guy. I don't like drinking nail polish. Honestly, it's not that good. Aviation, I don't like simping for celebrity brands, but I found Aviation is at least the most palatable if you mix it right. Make like kind of make like a basically a modern day gimlet with some Aviation. That's actually not too bad. But you still have to mix it on the sweeter side. At least I have to mix it on the sweeter side. I got a sweet tooth, and I really do not like gin all that much. I used to think I was more of a whiskey guy, but honestly, like there's certain cocktails that whiskey can be good in, and it can't just be like, oh, you're just like mixing whiskey and soda or something and have it be good. No, it's got to be like a proper cocktail, like a I've had a couple old fashions that were all right. I'm really trying to refine my palate a bit more in the realm of whiskeys, but I love me a well-made whiskey sour with like an egg white, freshly squeezed lemon lime juice, and some simple good. Golly, that's good. You get your mix right. That is, oh, that's great. Because you can kind of get like the nuttier notes of certain whiskeys for some reason kind of come through like that, and like a back of the throat kind of aftertaste that I really do enjoy. That work better than you'd think it would with like the sweet and the sour for some reason. But yeah, like, I mean, whiskey and Coke is alright if you're just trying to knock a few back in a row to catch up when you're late to an event, but I'm finding I'm very much a dark rum guy. I didn't used to be, but I'm learning to appreciate it more. And learning how incredible the realm of tiki drinks can be, and oh, hot mama. You get some really good stuff in the realm of rum drinks and tiki drinks. I mean, I live in Florida, so our winters too are still basically like a warm spring day up where I used to live in the Midwest. So it always feels a little bit like if the sun's out, it still feels like summer breakup down here, even if it's like mid-December. I remember one time back when I was still in college, I went to the University of Central Florida, and we had a Chick-fil-A at a certain corner of our campus, and it was January. I had just come back for the spring semester, and they still had a lot of their old signage up from the summer months for some reason, because they just weren't too big on changing that stuff all too consistently or whatever. I don't know why. But the point is, they had an advertisement for their peach milkshake up, and I'm like, that sounds really good. I remember having those. They're pretty good. So I order a peach milkshake, and the gal at the counter was like, kind of looked at me a little weird. I'm like, sir, I'm sorry, we don't have those in stock right now. And I'm like, well, why is that? The sign's right. Oh, it's January. I had completely forgotten it was technically like early winter in where we were. But it was like sunny, clear sky, like 80 degrees outside. I completely forgot. I'm like, oh wow, it's amazing outside. Because even though I live in Florida, I grew up in the Midwest. I grew up in Illinois and Iowa. where, yeah, our summers were hot, but it was only during the summer months, you know. It was only like May to September that it was warm outside. Otherwise, we had really great falls, honestly. We had very short springs that didn't start till like late April, early May. Otherwise, every other month of the year, it was cold as crap. Yeah, we had, I mean, I've heard of worse winters, but I tell you, we had some proper winters growing up in Iowa. And over the years, it just wouldn't snow as much for some reason. I don't know why. So, the last few years I lived there, we barely had any snow. A lot of our Christmases were gray and, you know, brown from all the dead grass and dead trees and whatnot. But it was bitter, bitter cold. I remember several years of high school walking to my bus stop in like single digit degree weather, or weather that was only in like the tens or something, like sub 20 degree. I'd be walking, forgot what gun I was holding for a second. I'd be walking to my bus stop and it was like nearly a mile away, clear on the other end of my neighborhood. And my hair would stiffen, and if I was wearing earphones, they were frozen solid. What the heck was I stuck on? But my earphones would be solid by the time I either got to my bus or got back from my bus to my front door. Like, it was kind of nuts. I would try to wear hoodies a lot to just keep the rest of my head from, you know, getting that bitter, dry winter wind. But the hoodies would actually, while it would, you know, kind of keep most of my head warm, it would trap it would make like a pocket for the wind to all kind of get stuck in, and goodness, my ears would be freezing after like 10 seconds. It sucked. And that's why my certain parts of my hair would stiffen up and my earphones would freeze. Somehow it never affected their how they worked, but you know, they would freeze solid. The rubber casing or whatever would do that. It was like really back before wireless ear pods was, you know, the norm. We didn't really have that I don't even remember if we had that even in my senior year. I don't remember ever using those. Like, even those wireless, like over-the-head headphones weren't even really much of a thing that was commonly achievable for the regular guy. I remember growing up as a kid, you know, elementary school in in the 2000s, not the 2010s, in the 2000s, and those little Bluetooth earpieces, those were still pretty rare, and that was like only ever something that corporate business executives would wear. It was kind of like a carryover from the 90s, I guess, or I don't know, but I remember my dad, who worked in sales, had one. I didn't see him use it all that often, but every once in a while when he had to go to like a trade show or something, or when he'd have to go to like the corporate headquarters on a bigger trip, he would always have one of those on him, and that was rare. That's just how far technology has come in the last 15 years or so. It's crazy. Nowadays, I literally sell, for my job, I sell generic Apple iPod like the little tiny nubbin looking ones. I sell a generic version of that for like $20, and they're just everywhere to the point where no one even buys those anymore. They either shell out the money for the actual Apple ones, or you know, they'll buy like some of Apple's nicer quality competitors, like the Raycons and the Joy Buds or whatever those are called. But it's just been so interesting seeing how quickly technology has evolved from when I was a kid to now. I mean, my first ever gaming console, to put it in perspective, was the SNES. Now, wasn't gaming when that was, the current console, mind you. That was, I got into gaming, I want to say, around 2002, so I think that was just before the GameCube hit the market. So if and I could be wrong, but if I'm correct on that one, the most current generation of consoles at the time was this, the Sega Dreamcast and the Nintendo 64. And I don't know what kind of like PC gaming there was back then. It might have been like one of the the final iterations of one of the Commodores or something like that. I don't know. That was back then. That was kind of like the niche gaming market, was the PC stuff. Because back then everything was dial-up and it all weighed like 100 pounds, and you had the big clunky LCD, like pre-LCD monitors, and the computer tower that would take an eternity to load anything. I remember having one of those in my room. It wasn't connected to the internet or anything, but it had a disk drive, and I would play. What would I learned to play solitaire on that thing. Like, before I ever learned to play it with actual cards, I learned to play it on a computer, and I would play. It was like a Windows or like a Dell computer or something, and I would play. We used to get, I kid you not, PC games as toys in certain cereal boxes. So I had games that I never would have wanted to buy on my own, even to this day, but I just had them because we just got them in cereal boxes and crap. I had Operation, the board game. I had that on PC. I got that out of a cereal box. I got what was it? It was like a Tonka Trucks game out of a cereal box back when I don't know if they even still make Tonka Trucks as a toy line anymore, but they were real big back when I was a kid. And I don't really remember what all you could do in the game. It felt like a real-time strategy game centered around, construction equipment. I remember one particular mini game where you were at a quarry and you could click on certain parts of, certain sections of the quarry rock to plant dynamite and, blow up the dynamite for mining. And you could uncover gold, or you could uncover, like, puzzle pieces, I think, or something. I don't know. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, please let me know. I do not think we have that game anymore. Like, I think we broke the disc over the years, or folks just sold it or something. I don't know. They would. I had good parents. Let me preface this. Love my folks. They were good people. They still are. But every once in a while, when they had a garage sale, they would just like sell something, and I'm like, "Why are you selling this? I still want it. I don't use it as much, but I still want this." And they're like, "We never see you playing with it, so we're gonna just go ahead and sell it." I'm like, really? You sold my part of those instances were like punishments for misbehaving, kind of thing. I kind of was a bit of a handful when I was little, and so every once in a blue moon they'd sell something that I had been banned from using as punishment for whatever the was I got up into. But like, they sold I wish to high heaven we still had these, because they were such weird esoteric relics of the 90s. I had an episode of the McDonald's animated TV show on VHS, and I think I got it as like a Happy Meal toy in the early 2000s or something, because I don't know where else I would have gotten it from. But like, the episode was about the purple guy Grimace. They had to go help his native tribe, his people or something, because some pirate chick and her dim-witted pirate first mate stole some magical golden feather of like a tickling power or some such bullshit. I don't know. It was like the most random plot ever, But that was the plot of the game. Oh, I forgot that Dragunov was it in the multiplayer, or was it just like campaign only or something? I do not remember the Dragunov being in Modern Warfare 3. I remember it in the campaign, at least, of Modern Warfare 2. And, you know, it was in both the campaign and the multiplayer for Modern Warfare, like the original first Modern Warfare. But I do not remember this being in Modern Warfare 3 in any capacity. So, usually I'm good at remembering weird stuff like that was only in the campaign, or maybe this was like only in one certain level of the campaign if you just found it in the right area of the map, or maybe it was only ever in like a Spec Ops map, which I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, we had the McDonald's video. We had I don't know how we got this one. Or what would have prompted my dad to do this, but at some point we had a DVR recording of, like, he just like turned the DVR onto Cartoon Network one day back in like early 2000s when they still aired like Johnny Bravo, Samurai Jack, and Justice League, and he just turned it on one day for a couple of hours, and there was just a couple hours of whatever the hell was on TV that day, and we had a couple of the earlier episodes of like season 1 of Justice League. There was a couple episodes of Batman the Animated Series on there. There was an episode of Batman Beyond on there. Hell, I think there was an episode of Power... No, that was on something else. I had an episode of... I didn't ever watch Powerpuff Girls, but I had an episode of Powerpuff Girls that was like as a bonus feature on like a Scooby-Doo VHS I had when I was real little or something. But yeah, that was the only iteration of Justice League I ever knew of, was the DCAU show from the 2000s that was kind of a follow-up to the Batman the Animated Series stuff and all that. Like, that's how I got introduced to Wonder Woman and Superman and the Green Lantern and Hawkgirl and Flash and all those guys. But oh man, I can't imagine the commercials, like the toy and the snack commercials and just whatever random crap was still airing on TV in that era. I would have loved to see what was on those. I know I still somewhere, once I kind of got a little older in like the mid to late 2000s, I figured out how to use the DVR machine myself, because my dad kind of taught me how to use it. And I would DVR episodes of the Spectacular Spider-Man on, I'm trying to remember what network it was on, because originally there was, 4Kids TV, which was a subsidiary of Fox, and then there was like the CW or something, which might have even been more of a local thing, I don't remember. But eventually the two merged, and we had the CW 4Kids, so it was all the 4Kids stuff, plus some additional stuff that they made specifically for that new channel. And that's what the Spectacular Spider-Man would air on, was the CW 4Kids, alongside other stuff from that era, like the Batman, a couple other of the later Stage 4Kids shows after they stopped doing Sonic X and that kind of stuff. And I have every single episode of the first season of the Spectacular Spider-Man on a few different DVR VHS tapes somewhere in a box in like a garage or something. And the first couple of episodes, I didn't know that I could stop recording and then start the recording back up again after the commercial break if I timed it correctly. I would kind of just hit record when I knew I wasn't going to be able to catch the episode, and then just walk away for a while and go do whatever it is I had to do for a couple of hours, and then I would just I'd pick the tape back up and watch the episodes that I missed. So I know that I have a lot of commercials from whatever would have been on kids TV back in the day, like a lot of you know, commercials for other shows, you know, promos and bumpers from those shows, cereal commercials. I'm looking out at what all I would have seen on there, but I got to go back and take a look at what I had on those tapes, because those earlier tapes where I forgot to edit out the commercials, because there's going to be some interesting stuff on there, like toy commercials. Fuck me, I miss toy commercials. Like, the toy commercials at least made waiting for your show almost bearable, because you get to see all the cool new stuff that was coming out. Like, I wasn't into Nerf at the time, but it was really cool seeing like the Nerf commercials from that era, or seeing like the new Spider-Man has a Jeep with a gun on it, or whatever dumb shit they were making at the time. Stuff like that was fun to see. So yeah, stuff like that. Or I had the first like 2 episodes of the 2003 4 Kids Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles show on VHS, and I did something and got in trouble, and they're like, okay, no more Ninja Turtles in the house for a while, and they sold the VHS tape or something, but put my toys in a box somewhere, and then forgot where they were. But I had the first 2 episodes of the 03 Ninja Turtles show, which that and the 80s Ninja Turtles show were my introduction to Ninja Turtles, and my word, they were so freaking good. Like, the 03 one, it wasn't a DVR or anything, or recorded off the TV. It was an actual, like, packaged in store. You could get the first 2 episodes on VHS, and they'd have like a commercial or 2 beginning, and then they'd have commercials for other Ninja Turtles related products at the end. So I remember seeing commercials for the I think it would have been the PS2 Ninja Turtles tie-in game, the first one. It was basically just like you were playing through the show, which to this day I've still never played, but I really want to. So there was like, I remember seeing commercials for that. I remember seeing commercials for the actual tie-in Ninja Turtles figures that were out at the time. And then a little later down the line, they made, which I didn't realize was actually kind of a redesign of some of the figures from the 80s, but they had these Ninja Turtles figures that were kind of like Transformers a little bit, because they looked just like, you know, the Ninja Turtle characters in the show, but you could transform them into just regular looking turtles, and they all came with a canister? I was trying to say vial and canister at the same time. A little canister of the mutagenic ooze that turned them into what they are. And it was like kind of a playset thing. You could crack open the ooze, pour it on the table, have the little turtle guy, you know, make it walk through it when you're playing with the guy, and like, oh, he's transforming, or he's mutating, and you could transform him into the whatever Ninja Turtle you had. And that was how I had the Leonardo figure to complete my set of the 4 turtles. And Leonardo was always my favorite because he had swords. I didn't really care for any of the colors as much. My favorite color was yellow at the time, but Leo was my favorite because he had the swords. I always thought the swords were the coolest weapon for some reason. I think I'm still of the same mind. I like Leo the most just because he had swords, but I like Raph second because I like his personality the best. And then just my local Blockbuster had like the first, I don't know, like 3-ish episodes of the original 80s Ninja Turtles cartoon on VHS as well. And Zombie Cash. I mean it when I say they had it on VHS back in the day. Man, that show was great. I've not seen it in its entirety, but man, that intro was just goated. for the 80s Ninja Turtle show. 03 was fantastic as well. But the 80s, like glam rock and the guitar and the synth for the 80s one, man, still takes me back every time I hear that. I'm a little 5-year-old kid again. It's the weekend. I'm home from school, and my parents got me the Ninja Turtles video from Blockbuster, and I'm having a good time. Floppa. Oh crap, here we go. Now we're making our way to the bolt action snipers in... Ooh. Okay, that was good, but this is still a really bad map for training. See? Unless maybe I can get the Ruby Rabbit open. That might not be a terrible idea. I don't know. Let's find out. I'm that man. Oh, that reminded me of something I wanted to mention earlier in the video and completely forgot about. I remember, okay, where the hell is my body? Oh, that's right, I'm confusing it too much with Afterlife. There is no body to return to. I turned into the thing and I just returned back to human. Fudge bucket. Oh, shotgun. Okay, I thought it was the grenade launcher. Hello. But, that was one hit. What are you talking about? But, fuck. Alright. But, what was I saying? Damn it. Something I wanted to mention. Okay, this was actually a terrible decision. Oh, that's right. Kind of going back, I remember watching Mr. T Lexify's live stream when this map first dropped. And Batman Arkham Knight actually had just come out, like maybe a week prior. So that's basically all I was playing up until this game came out. And I still play Arkham Knight religiously to this day. That, talk about a game, well, it had its notable flaws. That game still holds up today. And especially because I got into the modding scene thanks to my PC. Once Rocksteady just decided, 9 years later to give us or 8 years later, decided to give us the 2022 Robert Pattinson Batman suit as just free DLC out of the blue for the game once it got dropped on Switch. I don't know how or why, but there was something about that update, I'm guessing, that helped modders realize how to do like custom mesh imports into the modding. Because back when people used to mod that game, it was all you could, words are escaping me tonight so bad, I'm sorry. Really all you could do for mods, there was like very limited mesh swaps of like you could do mesh swaps of pre-existing mods if you had all the right mod downloaders. Otherwise, if you wanted custom bat suits, it was all basically just palette swaps and color changes. So you could make, say, the Batman Beyond suit for in that game, where you could give it a more, cartoon accurate looking color scheme. It was like all darker with a brighter gray belt and the redder wings. Or you could have like the 2008 Dark Knight Nolanverse suit, but it's all a gold-plated looking thing. That was basically all that you could do as far as mods went for that game back in the day. And then they released the Pattinson suit as DLC, and somehow they figured out how to import custom-made meshes and make their own custom meshes for the game. And so that's how you have really good looking custom bat suits in that game. And the modding scene brought that game, it never died, but breathed such new life into the game. Like, 8 years after it had released, and now we're running on the 10. This year will be the 10-year anniversary of that game's release this fall, and especially with Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League, A, being an absolutely abysmally terrible game, and B, being set in the Arkhamverse after Arkham Knight. People were desperate for actual good Arkham content, and people were just modding the snot out of Arkham Knight, and even started modding the older Arkham games as a result. Like, a lot of great mods for Arkham Origins, and then people started porting those mods and the DLC for those games over to like Arkham City and Arkham Asylum on PC, and like the Arkham verse scene is arguably more alive now than it has ever been before, and it's been 10 years since we've gotten a mainline Arkham title. That being said, while there certainly is not a modding scene for the game yet, Batman Arkham Shadow for the MetaQuest 3, holy shit, it had no right to be anywhere near as good as it was, but that game is phenomenal. For a VR title, especially considering and I never played it, the kind of nothing burger that I heard Arkham VR back from 2016 kind of turned out to be. Arkham Shadow is unbelievably good. Deep, rich storytelling, very, very interesting additions to the lore, excellent story writing, excellent acting, and the gameplay actually didn't suck. It was incredible. I mean, it was it was certainly buggy at times, but nothing too serious. And when I say the Arkham, series tagline is "Be the Batman," I felt like I was Batman more so than the entire Arkham series put together, from the incredible atmosphere of Asylum to the just incredibly well-rounded and complex gameplay of Knight. Arkham Shadow made me feel more like Batman than the entire Arkham franchise put together at that point. It was so unbelievably good when you didn't think a VR title was even going to be good. Usually those are like a 1, maybe 2 hour little, almost like interactive movie experience, and that's about it. No, this was as in-depth could be, and it was such a well put together game. Like, the campaign probably is like 10 hours if you play the entire thing in one sitting and know what you're doing. I spread it out over the course of several days just because that's how work went for me. Several weeks actually, because December was pretty busy for me work-wise, but holy crap, I cannot sing the praises of that game enough. If you have a MetaQuest 3 and if you are a Batman fan, even if you've never played an Arkham game before, get Arkham Shadow. It is one of the most immersive things I have ever done, and I love that game so freaking much. It might actually be my favorite Arkham game in the entire series, and it's a VR pseudo-prequel spin-off. And I know I was trying to talk about two completely other different things that I just kept spinning into. I just went on tangent upon tangent upon tangent. Why was I talking about Mr. Telexify earlier? I don't even remember. Oh, I remember now. I was just talking about Batman Arkham Knight. It came out just before Black Ops 3. And I remember thinking, when we were seeing Morgue City and Shadows of Evil for the first time, I'm like, this looks like Arkham Knight in first person, because there's an entire chunk of that game's open world map that looks a lot like Morgue City in terms of the lighting and the atmosphere and all that. And I'm like, this is like first person Arkham Knight. This is gorgeous. And it still is. Oh man, imagine if they mod maps from the future from the other Arkham games into Arkham Shadow, and you're playing VR Batman Arkham Stealth Combat and some of the most iconic Predator mission maps ever. Oh my word. It was a big update for the game that actually just came out recently. I've yet to download it, so I don't know. I'm gonna get back into it eventually. Unfortunately, it sounds like this is like the last bit of updates or service that this game is going to get from the developer. But apparently the fans are stoked about it because it was kind of everything they were looking for as far as bug fixes, new Predator maps, extra challenge modes, and all that. So I'm hearing nothing but good things about the new update. So let's see what goes on. Shit. No, don't let me die. Okay. I'm doing some work, man. I've been yapping so much. I'm only down to 17 guns left. That's great. Usually there is a lot of dead air in these gun game challenges I do, just because I'm so focused on the game that I don't know what to talk about. And for some reason I'm not having that problem tonight. I'm not sure what it was. Maybe I had a little, let's just say, liquid courage to kind of slow down or not really slow down, but a little something to just kind of ease the brain, because my brain, I've never been officially diagnosed with ADHD, but the way I'm talking tonight, you probably all know I have it. Like, I'm always thinking about something. My brain's basically like a computer with 10 tabs open. 2 of them I can't turn off, and I don't know where the music is coming from. And something about Gun Game usually kind of turns that off, forces me to focus on one thing, which is part of why I like it so much. But the downside is I'm so used to just playing it by myself, not recording anything, and just focusing so intently on the game that I completely forget to talk, or I just get too tired. I cannot think. I cannot actually divert mental energy into talking about anything. I just have to focus on the game, because otherwise I'd be doing what I'm doing now and getting demoted on the same snipers again and again and again. Because no matter what gun game mod I go into, the snipers always are the suckiest part of the entire experience. Even if I'm not playing time gameplay, I'm just playing round-based gameplay, which is what I used to do before I knew what time gameplay was. Certain maps I literally could not beat because you just get too late in the game. The zombies are just coming at you too much, too fast, and they're not conducive to training, but more so to camping, and I cannot get past certain weapons. Like, I don't think I've ever gotten past a gun game in Nocturne Toten before, just because by the time you get to the bolt action weapons when you're camping, you just can't do it. Despite how strong they are with both double tap and vigor rush going on, they can't kill fast enough to stop the horde from overtaking you and knocking you back every time you start to make a little progress. I used to just play them all on, what would I do? I would play them on Moon, because you could just train around in the, oh, I have dead wire out here, cool. I would train around in the biodome, because there was just a lot of room to run around in there. And some of them were certainly harder than others, like the World War II one, having all those bolt actions. There was like 12 snipers in the game. 9 of them were bolt actions. 1 of them was a lever action, and the 2 were semi-auto and terrible. But even a hard one like that, I could still eventually do it. It would just take me a little longer. And I, got better at it and figured out ways around the issues. Of course, the problem with playing on Moon is, for whatever reason, Moon will throw in a few weapons from the base game Black Ops 3. I have no idea why. And it's never anything good or conducive to just spamming. like this. It's it throws in the Draken, the M14, like the Black Ops 3 M14, the Locust, and I think the RPK, which that one's easy to knock out, but the others. Just well, a lot more difficult to do, especially that Locust. But you know, I make it work. I gotta say though, I do enjoy getting the Barrett, because that this is basically a Barrett number 2, so this works. Spammable snipers, especially the ones chambered in 50 BMG, those are always a lot easier to get through. And they're actually fun to get through. Versus all the time I spend with the frickin' bolt actions, I'm not having a good time. With these are actually fun. But they just never last as long. Oh. See, of course, I do dumb stuff like that. Sometimes I get out of it just fine. Other times, not just so much. Well, woo, okay. Jukin', jiving. I'm getting better at doing crap like that. Hello. Of course, it doesn't matter when I just get sandwiched by being stupid like that, but it's 12 guns left, which means there's actually only 6 guns left. You know, I have actually not done a single one of these gun games on this particular map before. Typically, it gives me, after the LMGs, I gotta do the ray gun Mark 1 and the ray gun Mark 2 are like the final weapons of the mod, usually. Not every single time, but a lot of the time they are. I wonder if I'm gonna get the Apothicon Servant as one of the weapons here. It doesn't always give me that map's proprietary wonder weapon, but every once in a while it will. Like, going back to the one I would do on Moon, it would always give me the Sap guns in the weapon rotation towards the end. Ridiculously hard to get a lot of points with, and they make you get 3,000 points basically twice, because you get the regular version and the patch version. So that was difficult, but doable. The Black Ops 2 one, unfortunately, and a lot of these are all made by the same guy, Pish, aka I has rabies. Fantastic Zombies modder. Their work dates back all the way to the World at War days. I remember watching You Always Win play a lot of Aya's Rabies maps back in the day. And a lot of the weapon gun game mods you see for Black Ops 3, they are the ones that made these mods. So, which is why they're all consistently great, and they all consistently work the same way with... What the hell? Did you see that graphical glitch with the light? That was trippy. But anyway, the Black Ops 2 gun game mod that he does, it comes with the Wonder Weapon. It doesn't even have the regular ray gun or the Mark II. Curiously enough, the only Wonder Weapon in the gun rotation is the Blundergat, which is really cool. And they give it to you really early on with like the shotguns and something. But if you do, say... Oh, bring it on. Oh, shit. But like the Black Ops 1 weapon mod, it'll give you the Mark 1. If you're playing a Zombies Chronicles map, it'll give you the Mark II as well, but it won't give you... I don't even think it'll give you the Thunder Gun. It won't give you the Thunder Gun, won't give you, the VR11. Maybe it gives you the Winter's Howl. Maybe. I don't even remember. But the Black Ops 2 one, you know, won't give you the slick with fire, won't give you the jet gun, won't give you the elemental staffs, which sucks. I would love to use the staffs in a gun game. I keep forgetting they actually put the L86 in this game as well. Like, what? Huh? Are you freaking serious? I was like 3 guns away from winning. Wow. That sucks. Donkey balls. I can't catch a break tonight. Well, I was close enough. I was clearly going to win anyway. So, you know what? I'll take it. Count it as a W and call it a day. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching me tackle the Modern Warfare 3 gun game on Shadows of Evil. Had a lot of fun. It was actually a lot easier than I thought it was going to be, all things considered. Feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, do all the things that tickle the tism of the algorithm. I will catch you cool cats in the next one.